time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up.
Thanks for having me, Ben. Thank you that you're all here. I would like to share what we are doing, and we means Syte. As Ben already said, we are AI Startup of the Year, the last year, and already also this year. We also won the German PropTech Award, so we are really much awarded. And what we are actually doing is transforming real estate at scale. And at scale are the important words for what we are doing. Because at the real estate industry, we do have some challenges. So this is like the typical problem statement you might know from other pitches. We don't have enough space. Maybe some of you are from Berlin and couldn't find a place to live that is affordable, more or less. When building new buildings, there's a high energy consumption, and there's also a high land consumption, just because we need to build new buildings. And what is actually done? So I brought with me a few examples. What is actually done to work with this is, for example, this. So we do have old buildings. So this might be from the one on the left side might be from the 1960s or 70s. And we are renovating these buildings to something better, something new, so that we do not demolish old buildings, but we can use the older ones still, just by renovating it. Yeah. So this is something that is done, but this is like done only partially. So not at scale, not in a huge scale, more or less. And we need 400,000 new apartments each year in Germany, and we only build like 100,000. So, and this is one solution that is actually done, but like not on big scale. Another thing that is done, so I just grabbed this screenshot from Google Maps. This is like, I think, 1 kilometer away from here. What else is done is that the vertical extension of buildings, so means we're just putting 1 or 2 floors on existing buildings to gather new apartments and new living space. This is also something that is done, but it's also something that is not done at scale. Sometimes it's done in a really large way, like a really large manner. So it means that you have, with this, we put like 2 floors on every building, 2 floors more on every building, so that lead to like 300, maybe 200 new apartments. But also, this is something that's not done at scale, because nobody really knows where the buildings are that you can put floors on it. And even if you know 1 or 2 buildings where you can do exactly this, you don't know where are all of these buildings. So this is also something that cannot be done at scale. And this is a picture from Berlin. So new buildings and new construction is not done actually because of the financial situations of the real estate industry. So all of this, the solution for all of this to do it like really at scale, so like do it everywhere, is Syte. Because with us, we gathered the data that could be needed to do exactly all of this at scale. Because the solution for all of the problems lies in the conversion of existing buildings to buildings that could be used for a couple of years, for like 50 to 100 more years. So we need to convert and refurbish and do all of this. And for doing this, we did the following. So we translated on a database, translated more or less whole cities, like you see on the left side. This is also a Google Maps, Google satellite picture, of course. And we translated every city into data. So that means we got a software like this, and what we actually doing, I'm going to show you in the next slide. So this is like more or less something like a live demo, and with this live demo, I can show you like the steps we did and the point we are now. Because so this is a platform we do have, and we know the building data for every building. We know the building potential for every building. We also know the energy demand and the photovoltaic potential of every building. And we can also help you refurbishing complete portfolios. So this is doing real estate, transforming the real estate industry at scale, because we know it for every building just by one click on the platform. So, and how did we do it? This is so-called cadastral data. This is like 2D data with the envelopes of every building. This is like really good measurable. So you can like measure every building on a few centimeters correctly. And we used this is actual governmental data, and we used this and combined it with so-called LiDAR data. LiDAR data is also coming from the government. But in order to know the actual buildings in every city and in the whole of Germany, we need to measure every building first. And by combining these 2D data with 3D LiDAR data, what you can see here, we have the opportunity to gather a lot of information out of every building. And Syte then looks like this. This, for example, is Stromstraße. It's also like 700 meters away from here, I think. And what we know about this building with only one click is that this building has 1,477 square meters. We also know the height of the building. We also know the percentage of the property that is actually used and that is where actually the building is built on. So this is all the data we know, and we know many, many more things about every building. For example, we know the year of construction. So Stromstraße 9 is, for example, from 1906. We know how big the plot is. We know how many floors we do have inside the building. We also know like the roof, square meters of the roof. We also know the building envelope. We know like we do have many data for every building, and we can get this data with only with only one click actually in our platform on the building, because we measured every building with the data we have. And by doing this, then there's, Syte is transforming real estate with AI. And AI is used then because we do have this data for every building. We figured out that an AI that thinks like a German architect and knows the German building law could help us finding out what actually the opportunities are that are for every plot. So the building potential, we can say the building potential, we can give you the building potential for every plot, for every building. So with free properties, we can tell you exactly with one click what you can build there concerning or compared to the buildings around. We can give you exactly the data for this building, for example. So this is not a free plot, but there is a building actually for this one. We can tell you with one click that you could extend the building vertically, so add 1.5 more floors on it, and do 3 meters more in the height. So this could lead to, I guess for this one, to 6 or 7 new apartments without consuming new land to build new apartments. And we could also build another building on this property. And all in all, we could, alone on this property, we could get to 2,800 more square meters of living space. That would be possible. And again, this data, the building potential, we know it for every building and for every property with only one click. And with this, we also developed another AI. And the other AI we developed just gives us the energy consumption and the energy efficiency class of every residential building in Germany. So we not only know how huge are the actual buildings, what you could build on the property, but we also know what is the actual energy demand and energy consumption of this building with only one click. What we also did, more or less like a side project, more or less, is we can tell you the photovoltaic. The photovoltaic energy you could get when you're just building photovoltaic on the roof, and also for every building. So this is something we also developed. And with all of this data, we are going one step further, because we know so much about every building. We are using another AI, and this other AI helps us to investigate whether what needs to be done inside a building. So we are doing a due diligence. We do have technical measures for every building. Means that we can tell you with one click on a building, like for example, you need to renew the windows. You need to do the roof. You need to install a new heating system, and we can tell you exactly what to do. This is of course because we cannot look inside the building, and it only works with AI. So this is of course not 100% correct, but it's 80% correct for 25 million buildings. So for every building with one click, this is 80% correct. Yeah. And we cannot only tell you, okay, you need to do the windows, you need to do the roof, and when you need to do the roof probably. We can also tell you what your investment costs are. And with giving you the investment costs, we can also give you the subsidies you can get from the government. So, for example, with this example, you need to invest 73,000 euro and 15,000 euro you are getting back from the government actually, because we are giving you the technical measures that are needed to do so. And with this, we can give you a really quick, with only one click, we can give you a really quick overview how you get like from energy efficiency class D to B and what it would cost. And this is for every building with only one click. Of course, I said 80% correct. If there is something that is incorrect, you can click on a building and just type in if something has already happened, if some technical due diligence has already been done, and stuff like this, of course. But what we do have, what Syte has, is this map. You see the energy efficiency class of every building, and then we can also. And this is transforming real estate at scale. You can also search through it, and searching through it is like the main point more or less. This, for example, is a search I've done just a few days ago for every building in Berlin that you could extend vertically. So every point of these explains one building where you can bring at least 8 more apartments in, and this is like done with one click. So with one click, we can search through every city, through complete buildings. And for example, this one we did it in Berlin already, and we found out that without like building new buildings, we do have the opportunity to just build 8,000 new apartments, but without building something new, just adding floors to existing buildings, just concerning the German building law. And doing all of this and putting it all together means that we can do complete portfolio analysis, and portfolio could be like 300 buildings from a property owner, or a portfolio can also be a whole city. And so with doing this, we can just put every building in our table we need, and then you can just say, okay, I want every building to be energy efficiency class B, and with one click, Syte calculates how much it would cost and what the technical due diligence or what the technical measures needs to be for every single building. So that means that we can also do it from the other side. I mean, like you get 1,000 buildings and you want to invest like 100 billion euro, and how could it done the most efficient? So, and then we're saying like, okay, this building and this building and this building, and you need to invest 50 million for this and 5 million for the other one, and this is like doing renovations at scale, yeah. And this is what we are doing. We can search through every building and every plot in the whole of Germany. And we are doing something. We are doing some more stuff. For example, we can also give you heat maps for every city. But this is what we are doing. And with Syte and with the data of Syte, you can easily analyze every city, and you have the opportunity to find chances to bring in new new renovations and all of this. So Syte gives you the data you need to renovate, the data you need for a sustainable future inside the real estate industry. And this is what we're doing. Thank you very much.
It's time to wake up.